just wanna be with you.
Racer, I'm always trying to improve, and a couple of years ago, I started collecting parts to start working on a new chassis, and um, I didn't really know where that would take me. I looked at buying some chassis. I've looked at cars. I always look at cars, whether I have money or not. I look at cars, but I don't really have a wallet. I do everything low buck, and if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I try to do everything myself. So I know there's a lot of guys out there. Racers are all kind of diehard car guys. Um, but when you have a limited budget and you're trying to go real fast, I want to dump as much money into stuff that matters as I can. So I looked at, hey, we've got a combo, we got a twin turbo Hemi. At some point, I'm going to outrun the cert on my car, or I'm going to need to upgrade some things. I really want a 6.0 cert car. I really want a double frame rail car. There's a lot of things that I like about my car. But moving forward, I needed something that we could go to the next level or be safer. So I started working on collecting some parts, and I bought a rear end housing from Rhodes Race Cars. I bought a 14-point roll cage. I have a Barracuda project car, and I thought worst case is if I don't kind of have the balls to try that, I'll just use that stuff in that Barracuda. So I bought a pre-bent, pre-welded back half kit. I tried to kind of assemble that, and that didn't really work out. I'm gonna do my best to make a video with pictures. So one of the problems is when you're always thrashing and jamming, I got two little kids, it's hard to get out here and just film stuff. I need to strap a GoPro around my head and let you guys follow me around. But I know there's a lot of videos out there, there's a lot of stuff out there, but there's not a lot of chassis stuff. And I know because I watch YouTube almost every single night. There's some picture stuff that I like, but I didn't really have a lot of confidence. I'm not much of a fabricator. I'm mediocre, and I've never built anything out of tube. But I couldn't afford a chassis. So what do? I started looking at pictures. I looked at Reese Brothers stuff. I looked at CJ Race Cars. Just anyone that had pictures on Facebook or social media at all, I'm looking at their stuff. Anyway, so I bought some sticks of chromoly. I had purchased a TIG welder a year or two ago, but to say that I'm a great TIG welder would be a lie. So bought an Amazon tubing notcher, and here we go. So thanks for following along. I hope you guys like what I put together, and let me know in the comments. And I'm gonna try to do a little mini series here. So I'll try to do some dialogue as best I can. Yeah. Was a chassis table, and a chassis table I felt like I needed a chassis table to build a chassis. That's what I thought. I got to have a metal chassis table. And the more that I searched, the more that I found, in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, guys that went fast built chassis on their garage floor with wood chassis tables. So I'm going to show some pictures of stuff that I looked at, and even though the price of lumber was a little high, I bought some lumber. I know how to make stuff out of wood, so I built a little chassis table that I was able to draw on laser and build off of that. The next thing is I got to stay with the Dart. Even though it's not my favorite car, it's not my dream car, I feel like I built a brand, or I'm building a brand, and my car's pretty well known around here, and for A-bodies, it's a bitchin' car, and I want to keep that. So I was originally going to body swap my car and put a new chassis on my body, but as I dove into things, I thought, man, it'd be nice to kind of hang a factory door back on here, maybe build an all-steel car, and my car is missing a lot of structure that would prevent me from doing that. So I thought, hey, let's find a body. So a friend of mine, Martin, he had a Dart body. I had already got some scamp doors that don't have the little mini window up front, the little A-pillar window, the vent window. So I had kind of scrounged up some doors like 3-4 years ago, and then I got this body. So I started cutting on it, never cut up a body before, and threw it on the chassis jig, used the main hoop from the Rhodes race cars. That was pretty much, I used all the tubing, I found a use for it, but my car has so much setback, a driver setback, an engine setback, almost nothing I could, out of the 14-point cage kit, I could use. So I kind of regret buying that. I would have been better off just buying a lot of chromoly. And I actually talked to Reese Brothers at a Georgia race and found out, hey, I kind of picked their brain. One of the best ways that they described and what I believe to build a car would be to use as much straight tube as possible. I don't even own a bender. So my buddy Greg Gandy coming in clutch, I took some sticks of tube up there and bent them. But other than that, I tried to use as many straight pieces, and then some of the other bent pieces were out of the Rhodes race car kit. So I did that, and ultimately pieced together what I think is something pretty sweet. So enjoy the pictures, and yeah, follow along, and I'll try to keep you guys updated.